Hello and welcome to this episode of No Blasters with me, Kieran Bartlett, and this insanely sexual Jungle Strike t-shirt. Today's guest is Irish comedy royalty, Neil Delamere's here.
I don't recognise the monarchy.
Straight in.
Uachtaráin of Irish comedy, please.
Fucking sensational. So today's episode is, I love that, straight in. So today's episode is sponsored by Joxer. Joxer is the finest bistro. There it is. Check it out. Neil's having a wee coffee.
Very nice coffee.
The finest bistro on God's green earth. They have locations in Hollywood, Hillsborough, and Bangor. They open every day from 9 until 4. They open Thursday to Sunday, 5 until late as well. So if you're wanting to book one of those dinner tables in the evening, it's a different menu and all. It's great. So if you're wanting to do that, go over to resdiary.com and search Joxer and then pick the location you want, your time, date, whatever. It's a good place to book those late tables. They do cocktails and all this. They do barista coffees. This is the home during the day, obviously, of chaffles. This is chicken and waffles at its best. It's like southern fried-ish, lots of spices on that chicken, and then sweet waffles, maple syrup, wee bit of cinnamon butter. Here, is it good for you? It's good for your soul. It's good for your soul. Fuck your arteries.
Your soul can't get cholesterol.
Yeah, exactly. So check out Joxer. We love them. They love us. OG sponsors. Speaking of OG sponsors, today's episode is also sponsored by the very best in Mill Below the Belt Grooming. I'm talking bald balls, tidy wee dick. I am talking about clean shaven lines around the sides of your head and beard. I'm talking about no more weeds up your nose or in your ears. This is Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com is the Premier League, nay, the Champions League of pube removal. So what I would say is get over to Manscaped.com. Use the code NOBLASTERS20. That's the word No Blasters, all one word. The number 20, No Blasters 20 for 20% off and free shipping. I highly recommend the ball deodorant. It's a great product. It moisturizes the bag, makes it smell nice. It's weirdly makes it smell like your granddad's chin, but in a good way. And I wouldn't know. Both my granddads were dead when I was born, so I'm guessing. But here, it smells like somebody's granddad. But here, the other great products include the Weed Whacker, the Lawnmower 5.0. Now, the Lawnmower is a great product. It is the best razor I've ever used for any sort of trimmage. It's the best. So in this day and age of looking after yourself and being kind to others by, not giving them a big fucking fistful of pubes, get over to Manscaped.com. No Blasters 20% off, free shipping.
Fistful of Pubes was one of the original titles for the Clint Eastwood's films.
Yeah, the man with no pubes.
Yeah. The good, the bad, and the pubes.
Yeah, for a few pubes more. So, unbelievable. So just time, by the way. It's the 24th of September today. I'm turning 38 tomorrow.
Nobody thought you'd see it.
Stinking. Nobody thought I would see
it.
No, definitely in April. They definitely didn't see it coming. So I'm turning 38 tomorrow. I'm currently doing my gigs in the Opera House. It's a great old time. The first couple of shows have been brilliant. So I haven't done them yet. But I haven't, if you know what I mean. I'm recording. You know what I mean. So first couple of shows have been brilliant. There's still some tickets left for the next couple of days. I'm hoping that the Friday and Saturday are totally sold out. So get your tickets over at goh.co.uk. It's a fantastic musical comedy show called The Phantom of the Opera House. Why is it called that? You don't know until you come down and I explain it all. It's going to be a great time. There's a lot of dirty songs. There's a lot of bad stories. It's a great time. We'll see you there. goh.co.uk. So we were talking about the nightmare of wrangling other comedians. Yeah.
Can I just ask you?
Yeah.
See, I'm not interested in the fact you're 38. I'm more interested in, can you give me a percentage of how far through your life you think you are?
Fuck yourself. No, because I hate this. Because it's going to make me...
Because I think it's like the Greek national debt. I think you could be 125% through your life.
No,
I think you could have died 4 or 5 years ago.
I want to be optimistic and say 50.
50%.
Yeah.
So 38 and 38. What's that? 76.
Yeah.
Is this? Oh, is that all?
If I can see 70s here,
yeah,
I'll need to do something about it in the next 10
20
minutes. So I think that's probably about right. What did you?
I'm 43.
Oh fuck! I thought you were younger than that. I thought you were closer to my age.
Good. Spiritually, I am.
Yeah. So like, what percentage do you think you're through?
Oh, I'm going hardcore. I'm going 90. I'm not even halfway through.
90%. Oh right, you're not even halfway through. I was gonna say
90%. I actually had a really worrying phone call on the way up here, and it turns out I'm 96%. In fact, when does this go out? I mean, this could be a super big podcast for you. It's not going to benefit my tour.
What do you call a wee load? Is it a load?
Flatline.
You don't want to see it. I don't like thinking of it that way. That's scary.
If somebody said to you, I can tell you the day you're going to die.
I wouldn't want to know.
Yeah. Now, hold on. You're from West Belfast, right?
Yeah.
So I don't mean it like that.
It's going to be next Thursday.
You have an appointment. I don't think I'd want to know. Would you?
I wouldn't want to know. No. It's bound to...
If somebody told me they could tell me when I was going to die on stage, that would be like, in a year and a half, you're going to die in your hole.
Die that way, not like a...
I mean fully, not properly.
Yeah. I think... Yeah, I wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to know because it's bound to suck the flavour out of that time.
Or would it really increase, would you make sure that you just loved all, the
I would
days?
make sure... See... You'd
never do anything again.
One of my greatest joys is doing fuck all. So I would probably try to see some stuff that I haven't seen,
such as
like travel. Like I'm gonna just throw it out there. I would
Strand Millet.
At the inside of a gym. I would probably. I think I would probably try to if I hadn't seen them at that point, and somebody said it's gonna be this date. Before that date, I would probably try and go see the pyramids or something.
Oh, okay.
Pyramids or like... Do you know what
I thought you were going to say like Ash.
Do you know what I'm...
If I hadn't seen him, about that boy. Snow Patrol.
Pyramids.
You would go on a tour of the ancient world, wouldn't you?
I would do something like that, yeah, because I would... Some of these places, I don't know, like... I don't know about going to Egypt though. Like unless I knew I was gonna die soon. I don't know.
What a great Egyptian tourist board ad that would be. Are you nearly dead? Why not while away your last few hours looking at what could only be described as a fruity Toblerone?
I just wonder about that. Like, because I think I wonder about the heat and all the places like that. And I go, oh, what if I went there and the heat killed me. Well, doesn't matter because I'm only losing 2 weeks.
Okay.
Whereas, if I went now, I could be losing 4 weeks. So, I don't know about that. I would. Do you know what I'm sort of interested in, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. So there's this boat that's been stuck in Belfast. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
It's been there for 3 months or whatever.
Yeah.
And so so I was reading a story the other day that said they're gonna be getting away imminently, in the next fucking week or 2 weeks, and that the rudder and all that shit has been fixed, and that the crack with this boat, that it's not like a cruise where you're on it for 2 weeks. It's like a 3-year. Some of these people have booked a 3-year, sell your house, pay fucking $1 million, and you're on it for 3 years. And so did you notice that? So this is it's a special all around the world. You can be on it for 3 years. You actually buy your cabin.
Yeah, I've heard that, yeah.
And so, so I was reading that a lot of the people that are on it are single passengers, which I found both tragic but uplifting at the same time, because I do love the idea of somebody just going, fuck it, I'm doing this.
Right.
And I don't care who's coming with me. Nobody's coming with me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And they're going, and I respect that, right?
Single passengers is another way of saying widows.
Yeah.
Though, isn't it?
Or widowers, but and the average age of the passenger, 58, right?
Oh, I would have thought it was going to be older than that.
I think it's there's obviously there's younger people than that, but that's why it's an average. But so I read a story that was there's some lady on it with her cat, and the cat's called Captain, which I enjoy, and she was saying, so basically the passengers are totally stuck by the company. I know if I had paid $1 million to be on that, and
imagine you paid $1 million to be in a cruise, and I was stuck in Belfast.
The tour. It's like a movie, isn't it? It's
you go home, wouldn't you?
Yeah, apparently nearly all of them have just said, "Fuck it, we're here, we're doing it." So the company have absorbed the costs of putting people up, so they're not allowed to be on the boat at night. They're allowed on it during the day.
Is this
but they have to disembark at night.
gremlins you were thinking of?
Yeah, no, this is real. So like, I know it does sound like I've done it. Don't feed them after midnight. Don't get them wet, right? So it's like, so like, so loads of them have stuck with the company, and the company have like put them up in hotels and Airbnbs and things like that here, and they've put on like entertainment for them and whatever, right? And there's like, so on the boat, if it was doing its thing, they're going all around the world. They bring in guest lecturers and speakers to do talks. They have, Dan hates this, they have a cinema, they have live entertainment like music and comedy, they have something like 3 restaurants, 4 bars, all these different lounges, pools. It sounds fucking, I mean, see to me, genuinely, it sounds fucking unbelievable. And it literally goes all around the world for 3 fucking years. And it's like, I think it would be about £750,000 to do it, right?
Well,
because it was about, this is like in the luxury fucking, cabins looking outwards as opposed to.
But you are on their timetable. Would that not annoy you? Like, do you know the rep of doing comedy on cruises?
I hear it's pretty bad.
Is I've never done it now, but it is pretty rough. Like there is a guy who apparently died so hard they airlifted him off the cruise.
I've heard that story,
and I know the guy that people say it about, and I would well believe it. I mean, passengers were praying for the iceberg during his set, and I think it is pretty bad.
I wouldn't want to do stand up on it.
But I know another guy who does a lot of them down in Australia, and he actually quite enjoys them. So
it's bound to be decent coin, no?
I think apparently it is decent coin, yeah. And I suppose it depends on the cruise.
Yeah, and what the audience is. Like, average age, 58-year-old, and average place, they're mostly Americans.
But if you imagine
58-year-old Americans aren't going to love my set. Like
your stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine you were going, like, you stood up on the Larne to Strand, right? And a slad's going over to an old firm derby, and you just stood up in the middle. Hello! So these are some of the things I noticed on the way here today. I mean, you'd be stoned to death almost instantly.
But you'd be so scondered doing that. Like,
now here's the place that I know somebody who went on a cruise of the Baltic, not of the Med or the Caribbean, and he said that was amazing when he went around.
I'm deeply interested in. There's Norwegian fjord tours.
Yeah,
and I am deep like. I believe I am of Viking blood. Like
you're a Viking blood.
I think so. Yeah.
Do you think?
I think so. And so I definitely have the mix of cold hard Scandinavian, but also half creepy wee priest or something. So like I feel like the mix of Vikings, going in and pillaging a fucking convent or something. There's definitely like a.
Creepy wee priest of the blood of a creepy. Need the blood of a creepy. You have the laugh of a creepy wee priest anyway. What the hell was that? Tell me your sins. What was that? That came out of nowhere. That is absolutely amazing. Can I ask you, does the blood of a creepy wee priest, was that originally wine?
It sounds like an ingredient in like a Harry Potter recipe, doesn't it? Oh, the blood of a creepy wee priest.
No, it's the best ever episode of Who Do You Think You Are? They just do Kieran Bartlett and they go, this is weird. I mean, we've gone back on one side and you Eric the Red's great grandson, but here it's a Christian brother.
Unbelievable. That's so good. So like, I wonder about doing those tours, but like the one here that I was reading about was like your woman that had the cat called Captain. She was just
you allowed bring a cat on it.
I know that's another thing I thought of.
You allowed bring a dog on.
You must be able to. If you're allowed a cat, you must be allowed a dog. But I mean, where does it shit?
Where does it shit?
Yeah.
I mean,
do you know what I mean? No. Like,
over
what are you
side,
going to do? Presumably, you're going to have to have wee green bags. And I'm going, you're paying for a fucking luxury cabin on this amazing luxury cruise. You've been stuck in Belfast and somebody else's cat is fucking shitting about the place. Like, that's not. I'd be looking someone at $750,000 back. But like, so she was saying she didn't mind being stuck here. She had like never had more use for an umbrella, but like was loving it here. And then there was another guy, an American guy, was like, I sold my house to do this. I don't mind that we've been stuck here. They've looked after us, and Belfast's lovely. And he goes like, I was counting down every time they told us would be away in a week. I would count down to that day, and then they tell us it's going to be another 10 days. He goes, so stop doing that, because I'm just happy that I'm doing my thing. And I was kind of like, this is that weird mix of sad and uplifting. It's like the movie Juno. I'm just like, this is sort of make me want to kill myself, but I'll be smiling when I'm doing it. You know. You know.
I think wow, that's very much the Viking and the creepy priest. I think if I was going to be stuck, I mean, they're essentially held captive in Belfast.
Yeah. Is there?
I mean, there's a point at which if you're held captive in Belfast for a degree of time, they automatically become MLAs.
Yeah, I was going to say.
At some point, they have to become political representatives.
There'll be a
don't
public
they?
inquiry not launched. But I wonder.
I mean, I'd like to be stuck in lots of places, but I don't think I'd like to be stuck anywhere on the island of Ireland for more than too long.
I wouldn't choose Belfast to be stuck. I wouldn't. Do you know where? I wouldn't choose anywhere. I wouldn't choose anywhere on the other island. I wouldn't choose anywhere like Scotland, England, or anything.
No,
I could do
maybe London.
I could choose being stuck. I could be stuck down around Kerry. I could do that. I could do that. Yeah.
You'd just be wandering around.
I love it.
Everything is magical in Kerry because of the voice. Everything is slightly magical.
Yeah, I love it down there. So we could do that. I would. I mean, if you were so I was reading that it goes to after Belfast, it goes Bremerhaven and then Amsterdam, and then back to the Caribbean for the Caribbean leg. And I was like, I love the idea of having a wee leg, you know, a Caribbean leg though. That sounds even worse. So, but like imagine just having an itinerary where you've got your next 3 years just fucking somebody's just gone, we're going to all these places, and you get to go and you get to see them and you can jump off the boat and go see whatever the fuck you want. That's awesome. Like,
but like for £750,000 though, you could go on all the holidays in the next however long, 3 or 4 years, and not be stuck in a boat that possibly would get
the travel
stuck in
is part of it though, isn't it? Like knowing that you've done it all on a boat and you've seen the world, you've seen all the sea as well.
You've seen all the sea.
That wasn't meant to sound as stupid as it did, but you've seen
that is either massively profound, or idiotic, and I don't know which.
Yeah, but like you can't like, you know.
I think it all looks pretty much the same.
Well,
to see.
Look at it this way though. But imagine you're in a city. Imagine you're in
Grandad. Yes. Have you lived your life well? Yes. What would you say is your best achievement? I've seen all the sea.
People are just like, check out Morphine Driver there. He's away, isn't he? But like, imagine you're in a great city that I've been in is Rome, right? So
yes.
Like, imagine you're in Rome, and you can stay in your hotel, say wherever you are, and you can get a bus or a train to the Vatican.
Yes,
but walking from there to the Vatican is better.
100%.
So maybe. Instead of getting a plane from fucking Amsterdam to the Caribbean, you're taking a boat, and so Could
you go from the sea to the Holy See?
It's like walking though. That's your walking equivalent. You're gonna see the path.
Getting a boat is the same as walking.
No, but.
You would have been amazing on the Titanic. Listen, we don't have enough lifeboats, but
I'll walk it.
You can walk it. You haven't been told this.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Okay, yeah. So your experience, so the idea that the travel itself is worthy, rather than just turning up on a plane.
But then the question is,
and you see all the sea.
Yeah, and then the question is though.
But in a plane, you see all the air, though. I mean, have you considered this? Have you considered... Well, hold on. If you're going to do it that way, well, then to Australia, if you want to see all the ground, you have to tunnel. I mean, so like, what way are we doing this?
Do you know what I mean, though? Like, if you...
Would you be in favour of a train to... See, I know exactly what you're saying. All piss taken aside. There's only 4 minutes left in the podcast, but it's the idea that the travel itself is worthy. Is a worthy part of the whole experience.
Yeah, so right. I wonder, like... But the question is then is...
Would you not get local transport though then?
Well, see, this is my question is then what you were just saying about for that money, you could do it all anyway. I go, so does that travel... does seeing all the sea outweigh the fact that you could probably do it in a shorter space of time? But then, I don't know, maybe it's...
But a lot of that is the same though. So like your trip from... Amsterdam to the Caribbean, which is probably a few days. What are you going to see there in the sea?
Who knows? I've never done it. This is what makes me like. Presumably, I would hope that there would be dolphins and whales and shit.
Yeah, but you can see that on going to the Aran Islands.
No, it's not the same.
All
You're
right.
not going to be able to stand, but you could stand on the front of the boat and all. You'd get your moment.
Now we're getting. Now we're getting to
the
it.
reason.
You can do that on a glider bus.
I know.
I mean, if you could go anywhere in the world and see anything, what would you go and see?
Fuck. Pyramids are high on that list for me. I would.
You know, you can
Norwegian fjords or the pyramids.
One of the two of them.
Yeah, or there's places in Switzerland that are really. I would love to do a train through Switzerland.
Okay.
Because like they go through the Alps and all, but they do like, you know, if you go in the spring, you get that kind of. It looks like the front of an Alpenbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the only place I've ever seen that is like on the front of a muesli box. So like it looks class.
Well, you know, you're doing 8 opera houses.
I know, yeah.
I think you can probably go to.
I can maybe I can do the pyramids, couldn't I?
You could do. Yeah, you could do the pyramids.
The heat though, I just wonder about that. How do I cope? I've seen other units out there like doing like on what do you call it? There's a great documentary series on Disney. They all have the same names, but it's probably something like Lost Treasures of Egypt. But this is a really good one where like it actually makes you question archaeology in terms of like there's something a bit.
That's what would definitely do it for me. Disney.
Yeah, but it's like it makes you question some of the archaeology stuff because the actual archaeologist, the person who get their name on everything, is the guy standing there. You know, fat guy sweating in the white shirt. You know, maybe a German guy or a British guy or an American, and then the guy's actually doing the fuck. He's just standing there going, "Fucking dig there," and then there's like 10 Egyptian guys breaking their fucking spines to get into this place. And I'm like, nobody fucking knows their names. Like they'll not be remembered. Like if this cunt finds, you know,
Troy Schillemann or whatever his name was,
like
wasn't it?
Yeah, so like,
he was a German dude.
Heinrich Schliemann. Yeah, so like if this cunt finds the next, you know, Tutankhamun or something like, everybody will
he won't be remembered.
It's that fat white guy. It's not the fucking team of slaves that he's just fucking ruining. Like, I mean, and then there was this woman on. She was a fucking psycho and all. She was like, they found like essentially a grave, like an Egyptian grave for babies. So it was like all little mummified babies, and she's sitting there, going, "These are my children and all. I have to find out who they were. My children." And me and Chloe are sitting there going, "What else is on Disney here? Can we get fucking Beauty and the Beast on?" She's mental. Like it was a bit creepy. Like, and you're literally going, like some of the people that are doing that work are fucking unhinged. Like
says the comedian.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm allowed to be unhinged.
Have you met us?
People pay to see us unhinged.
Yeah, that's true.
An archaeologist, I always there's these other two cunts that are on it. Or they're actually unbelievable. They dress like colonial times. Like archaeologists, like it's actually a bit rare. Like when they watch about Egypt, looking like, you know, shall we hunt people? Like it's a bit weird. Like, and they're two Yanks, and there's a whole backstory of them where like it's all scandal and all. Where like
you should have been an archaeologist.
She was his student. He was married and all. Now they're fucking doing the no pants.
They're walking the grid together, are they?
Yeah, they're walking the grid together.
they're minding each other's trowels.
Yeah.
Digging each other's ditches. Finding each other's fence posts. They're looking to
digging each other's ditches.
They're counting the rings on their trees.
It's totally. They're totally.
Fancy bit of carbon dating.
They're both. They're the most annoying.
That's
people.
what we should call an archaeologist show where they meet up with each other. Carbon dating.
Yeah.
And they all, I'd like to go for number 3, please.
Yeah.
If you were an Indiana Jones film, which Indiana Jones film would you be?
Oh, Last Crusade.
Because I've got my own Temple of Doom.
That's unbelievable. What's your favourite Indiana Jones right now?
What's the last one? That's where he's
the circle where he's like 90. He's
so
a relic.
Old.
Yeah.
No, I watched What the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? I watched. I think in the cinema,
bad.
and I've never heard. But I think it wasn't that bad from a lot of it, and then the whole cinema went, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
When it got to the John
all
Hurt,
alien,
yeah.
and we're like, Jesus.
That's where I was.
I've only heard that once before, which was I went to see Les Mis. I went to New York and went to see Les Mis because it was like, oh, Broadway, we got these cheap tickets last minute, and I didn't know that it's all sung. All of it's sung.
Yeah.
And me and every other man in the place realised at the same point. And probably, I don't know, maybe not 4,000, but like 1,200 people just went, oh, for fuck's sake.
It's hard. Like, I mean, Phantom of the Opera is a bit like that too. Like, where you go, is this for real? Like, just talk.
Just talk. No one does this.
Yeah.
This is weird.
And there's a couple of bits in it. It's when people are going back and forth, but
Would you like some ham and bread? I'd like some ham and bread.
It's all like, it's always when they're asking each other questions, like, literally shit like, where have you been? And then she's like, I've been here. Where have you been? And he's like, I was there. And you're just going,
what are you doing? Does this look infected to you?
Yeah, and like,
put some milk on that.
There's a couple of bits in Phantom of the Opera. There's a bit where,
do you like musicals?
Yes.
I knew you would.
I love musicals, but I do prefer, I'm very picky. I do prefer we're talking and then we'll break into song.
Okay.
I don't love
okay.
I don't love the opera style.
You don't like one where everything is sung?
Yeah, that opera style melts me because I think
I've only ever seen one opera. And it was no.
It is like an opera though.
Yeah, you're right. I saw Othello.
Oh, really?
Not
Jesus.
Othello. Yeah. Othello, which is I can't remember whose version of Othello it is. And I went with a friend of mine, and so he'd never been before.
Yeah.
And obviously the subtitles come up on the screen, and he went, "What's that?" And I said, "Well, in opera they encourage you. It's karaoke. It's the same as karaoke. So, I mean, you should sing." And he had a couple of pints in him, and he sang one line of one song. Everybody looked at him. It was the funniest thing I've ever.
That's epic.
It was one of the funniest things I've ever. I could not stop. Like, I'd say I laughed for about an hour. There's like people in really like white tie, in the
suits and all,
in from Culture or wherever, and they're just looking at him.
People have the wee fucking
little glasses.
Binoculars.
Yeah. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That's fucking epic. No, I'm not big into that. I like that sort of golden age of like American musicals, like fucking
West Side Story.
Yeah, maybe
Guys and Dolls.
No, more like
that's I'm out.
We call it like fucking, like
Prohibition.
Seven Brides.
Is that moonshine in your pocket? No.
Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Calamity Jane.
Oh, okay.
Like that sort of golden age of movie.
Doris
musicals.
Day sort of stuff.
Yeah, Doris Day shit. Yeah.
Do you know that Doris Day? The Weeknd.
The
singer.
Music act,
yeah. So his mother was Doris Day.
No.
So Doris Day married Darren Day, right? And rather than just having 2 days in his surname, he just went with The Weeknd.
Oh my god, I can't.
That's the best Doris Day joke you'll ever hear.
That is a great Doris Day joke. My brother did a Doris Day joke recently where he said to me, he goes, I can't remember who he was talking about, and he goes, it was one of them ones, where you couldn't tell if she was hot. Like, it was sort of like Doris Day. Is she hot, or is she just like your mate's ma? You know what I mean? You're like, maybe all those things. I don't know. But yeah, Doris Day, I would be a bit of I'm a Doris fan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so like she did these ones with Gordon McRae that I like.
Wasn't your man from Dallas, the Da, in Seven Brides for Seven Brothers?
Yes, Hard Kill, yeah.
That was it.
He's fucking brilliant. Like a actually brilliant singer. Like he I have Hard Kill banter if you want it. So he
no.
He just fucking
no, I do. Of course I want Howard Keel banter. Okay, here's my question. Name another podcast where the person would look at me with genuine love, empathy and interest in their eyes and go, would you like to hear my Howard Keel banter?
Some Hard Kale stories?
And I do want to.
So Hard Kale was a waiter, and he could sing, but he was a struggling actor and singer. This was at a time when if you were going to act, you needed to be able to sing as well.
Yeah.
So he he was struggling to get work, and he was a waiter in a place where the waiters would also sing.
Yeah.
And he was very good and very well liked in that place. And basically, somebody saw him in there, and that's where he got his real start. He had this real rich baritone voice, like a real.
What would you know when you have so much information when you do a podcast, right? Of who listens and all this. What would you think the Venn diagram of your listeners who are prepared to shave their balls on your say so? What would you say the Venn diagram is between? There's a guy at home going, finally he's doing the hard kill bit. Brilliant.
There's probably not a lot in that in the crossover.
There's lads just sitting at home going, I'm just gonna spunk all over the place if he does Judy Garland. Talk about Mickey.
Don't get me started on Judy. Yeah.
I've got some all-time Hollywood stuff for you as well if you want. Stuart Granger.
Oh, so he was in a movie. He was in a movie that we watched not that long ago called like Footsteps in the Fog. What
was his real name?
Oh, I don't know.
James Stewart. But he had to change it because there was a James Stewart.
Oh, fuck. That's good.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
Here's some James Stewart banter.
Okay.
Very highly decorated.
Didn't you have vertigo recently?
I still have it.
Okay, that's James Stewart banter.
And this fucking guy.
Come on. This is why they pay me the big bucks.
Skates on, look how fast he's going. That's unbelievable for me. That is. That's James Stewart banter. So he.
That's your rear window as well.
It's great. He was a highly decorated
Air Force
pilot,
man,
in the war, and then like he was still in the U.S. Air Force and was training people during Vietnam,
during Top Gun,
which is fucking during Top Gun.
Sorry, that was the Navy.
I love some of his movies. Do you know, I have everybody loves It's a Wonderful Life. I think if you've seen it, but I love. There's a western he's in called Winchester 73, which is fucking great. It's about this gun, the Winchester,
rifle,
and but it's like so they said that there would be one rifle in 1,000 would come out of the factory line just fucking just minty. You know, sometimes when they're like this is the thing, people think when you're doing something in a factory that everyone is the same, but they're just not. And sometimes to be fair, I believe this, by the way, very strongly about my guitar. My guitar isn't a very expensive Avalon. Avalon are good guitars.
Okay.
But mine isn't a very expensive one.
You got a good one though, you think?
But I bought it off a guy, to be fair as well. But we all agreed, and even Avalon were like, because this is one of their low end guitars. Like it was a Silver Series thing, and it was when they were sort of turning them a bit. And so I think if you went to buy it at that time, it was maybe £500 or £600. But it plays and sounds way better. And like I did buy one of their high end guitars, and I ended up selling it on because I was just like, I'm not really playing it. I'm just going back to this one because it's just better. So it's mental. But
so you went.
So Winchester 73 is basically the rifle in 1,000. You know, they gave one to fuck whoever the president was then, and they gave one to Buffalo Bill Cody, and then they have one that there's a shoot like a competition shoot on in the movie. And basically James Stewart and this other bastard go for it, and they shoot exactly the same as each other. It's crazy. Eventually James Stewart wins, then they steal the rifle off him, and then it becomes this thing where you realise that guy, spoiler alert, is James Stewart's brother, and he killed their father.
Oh my God.
Stewart's been chasing him across the country, but now he's chasing him and the gun's getting passed around all these different people. And then...
Is it good?
It's fucking great.
I do like a bit of High Noon now. Which is done in real time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mental?
Yeah. So you see 5 minutes on the clock in the film is 5 minutes. Which I thought you'd like.
That is pretty cool.
Listen, if we're going old-timey Hollywood, properly, you know old Tarzan?
Yeah.
Johnny Weissmuller?
Yeah.
So the biggest sporting event in the world in 1924 wasn't the Olympic Games.
Right.
Well, it was the Tailteann Games.
The Tailteann Games?
Which is, the Tailteann Games are a recreation of old Irish games. So basically, they got loads of people who were already over the Paris Olympics.
Right.
So Johnny Weissmuller, the Olympic champion, and Tarzan swam in the Liffey.
Fuck me.
In that. And the Tailteann Games was much bigger than the Olympic Games. And like the Air Corps at the time had battles that was part of the Intelligent Games, like pitched battles in the Phoenix. I think it was in the Phoenix Park.
Fuck me.
Flying around and stuff. Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know it. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
really
that.
good. You would absolutely love all that. Here's the other one, which my brother's favorite quiz question is: what was the first Olympic medal won by the Irish Free State?
Oh fuck, I don't know.
It was for painting. Jack B. Yeats, William Butler Yeats' brother.
Yeah.
You know the Liffey swim painting? He won
Yeah.
a silver medal in the Olympics for that.
You used to be able to get a medal for painting.
Yeah, town planning was in the Olympics.
Fuck me, they were calling that in, weren't they? Like?
Yeah, Craig Avon, just
roundabouts.
won.
Yeah, we've just gone for circles.
I thought you'd like that.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Here's another old Hollywood.
Go on. Who's it about?
What do you call him? Flynn. Errol
Errol
Flynn.
Flynn.
You know this
Tasmania
about
or
him?
something, was he?
Yeah,
he used to say that.
So the phrase "in like Flynn"
Yeah.
comes from his name,
Does it?
where he was a tremendous womanizer,
I heard that.
but then also had lots of little creepy things in his house, like what do you call it? Like, is it one way glass?
Yeah.
So you can see out, but they can't see in. He
Yeah.
had that like installed in like the guest bathrooms, so people like he would watch people in
That's
the
a bit-
bathrooms and stuff.
That's
like that.
odd.
Yeah, so
would-
strange guy.
If you had to change your name because it was another.
like
Kieran
in like Bartlett.
Huh?
Oh right. Oh like oh
No,
right.
in like Bartlett doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't. If they came to you and said there's another Kieran Bartlett,
Yeah, what would I change it to?
yeah, because he used to have like in Hollywood it used to be stuff like Tony Curtis,
Yeah. Also,
Bernie Schwartz.
young Tony Curtis, Winchester 73.
Is he in it?
One of his first films.
Oh, okay.
Rock Hudson,
Now he was the guy who was going to say it to you.
also Winchester 73.
Rock Hudson, his real name was
Something,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. So Cary Grant was Archibald Leach.
Mental.
Right. So you'd have to have something like that.
John Wayne's was like Carol something. wasn't it?
Marion Morrison.
Marion.
Yeah.
Sorry, Carol was the fucking Pope.
Carol
Wojtyla,
Wojtyla. Yeah. So here, but that's not quite the same.
Maybe I shouldn't have said the fucking Pope, but whatever.
Maybe.
My family hate that.
Unless it was his nickname.
Yeah.
He is the fucking Pope.
Yeah.
One of the Borgias. Those lads rode all around him.
The fucking Pope. That's
So what
that's
would it
fucking
be?
mental.
It would but it has to be something like green or stone or
Yeah.
one of
like-
those American 1950s, usually
Yeah.
English origin. Like you couldn't change your name from Kieran Bartlett if you were in Hollywood films to Seamus O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah.
Or, do you know what I mean? P.
Yeah.
Flynn or anything like that.
And it needs, doesn't it? It generally
Needs to be
needs
short.
you want that short thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Stone as my surname.
Stone.
That's my surname.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think.
And
of
first
the-
name Kidney.
yeah. Kid Stone. Yeah. Oh, I've got it. Babe
Go
Stone.
on. Babe.
Babe Stone.
Babe Stone.
You want me to act or do you want me to sing? Because I can do both. Sign me up, MGM. I'm ready.
He's a double threat.
Yeah. Fucking 8 brothers in this house now. Let's do it. Fucking find someone. I love that. I love this. Do you know that they make light of an ancient? Do you know Seven Brides for Seven Brothers?
Okay.
Is based on a story in
From the
Plutarch.
Bible. Oh,
From
Plutarch.
Yeah. So the
I love this shit.
Yeah. Here the Venn diagram. It's just me and you in it.
It's only me and
Yeah.
you. Just hugging.
so like.
Tell me about
So
Plutarch.
they do a whole song about it. No,
That'd be our,
they have
our
a
love
song in it
language.
where he
wouldn't
goes
it?
like,
I'll be Pliny the Elder.
"There's a song." There's a song. That's unbelievable. There's a song called that in the movie called "Sobbing Women."
Sobbing women.
Yeah, but it's really Sabine women. So it's about the so-called rape of the Sabine women, which
Jesus.
is where the Romans. This was something the Romans loved. Was they would march through somewhere, and rape women and they would it was a way of breeding out, the troublesome fucking whatever tribe or whatever whoever it was they were up against. So they were up against the Sabines in this one, and but in the song, so the song is he goes Adam, the eldest brother, comes up with the idea. All the younger brothers are melted because they live up in the fucking hills,
Right.
away from the town where all the family is, and so they say where all the women are, and they say they all have a woman that they all fancy each, But like they've got into a fight in the town with the townsmen, so they're never going to be allowed those women now, right? And Adam comes up with the idea of, why don't we go snatch them, snatch a preacher, get him to marry us all. Nobody can do anything about that, and we'll ride it out. We'll cause an avalanche, and we'll ride out the winter with these, right? And nobody can get up here during the winter because the avalanche will close the pass, right? So he literally says, like, we got to go and do it. I read about it. The Romans did this, and one of them goes, "The Romans, are they them people settled up north of here?" And he's talking about the Mormons, which is top banter, right? But then then he goes, "I read it all about here in Millie's book, right?" And that's fucking Plutarch's Lives, right? And he goes, and he sings. He literally goes, "Tell you about them sobbing women, hardkeel, who lived in the Roman days," right? And there's a line in it where he literally says, like, "And a Roman troop came riding by and saw them in their meow eyes, took them all back home to dry." At least that's what Plutarch says. And then everybody comes in with, "Oh yes, them women were sobbing, sobbing, sobbing." You're like, because they got raped, by the way. Like, I mean, that's. And then they go do it. They go snatch these women. That's the story of Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. And then these women get them.
I actually knew that because Shane Todd covered this in his podcast.
I'm giving you the real.
He's mad,
real
absolute mad for it.
He loves musicals. He loves ancient history.
Yeah, he loves.
That is a strange wee Venn diagram, to be fair, isn't it?
Who else would connect these two things?
Yeah, it's mental. But that's the story of that musical. It's fucking great.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they forget to snatch the preacher.
You're probably going to tell me that Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat now is also mentioned in the Bible, is it?
So they forget to steal the priest, and so they don't get married, and then madness ensues. I won't spoil it. Watch it.
James Stewart comes out with a Winchester and kills everybody. I'm going to watch that James Stewart one.
I'm trying to think of other old timey actor shit that I know. Do you know where you'll get loads of it, by the way? But it's more the scandal rag type stuff.
I like that.
In James Ellroy's books. So especially like he did a book ages ago, a wee book called Shakedown, that was like written a strange perspective book. But James Ellroy really knew a guy who worked for the actual Confidential magazine, which was like a scandal rag in the 50s. And he knew a guy who was like a bagman for them that would set up actors, and it was really scandalous shit. They would do put bugs in a hotel room and then fucking get that actor, drunk, and then get him to do something like have an affair, or maybe he's gay, and so they put a guy in there, and then they kick the door open and take the photos and put those photos out. Like, so it was a fucking scandalous thing, right? But then, so he really knew the guy, so he had all these notes off the guy, but then the guy died, so he never got to work it really in the book. And then he was also waiting on certain other people to die so he could say stuff about them. And because you can't be libeled for...
You can't label the dead, yeah.
So he...
Have you ever gotten... Nobody's ever rung you about this podcast?
And he... here, I'm media trained. You'll not get any libel on here. We're talking about films from the 1950s.
Media. I've never seen.
Media trained.
I couldn't have been more surprised by the phrase media trained, and you point at yourself. If you had said deadly assassin, media trained, altar boy,
living to 76,
Vestal Virgin, any of those things, media trained. I found that really fascinating, by the way, if you ever were media trained, because I was allowed on the radio before I had any.
When I say media trained, like I know my law.
Journalism.
I know my law.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But jigsaw libel.
Yeah.
I just thought that's insane.
It is insane.
If people don't understand what jigsaw libel is.
But it's like...
If I say Belfast comedian broke into somewhere and robbed something, right?
Yeah.
That's not libelous. But if then another one says Belfast comedian 38, and then if another one says
38 planning to live to 76,
massive fan of the musicals and or oldie timey Plutarch.
He broke in and stole.
And if we can figure out who you are from all the different accounts, everybody can be sued.
Yeah, so
I was like.
The way around that, the big way around that is usually in cases that are like that. It's usually to do with certain types of crime. So, the a judge would normally tell you what you're allowed to say and not allowed to say. So like, we'll tell all the journalists in the court that day, you can say this and that, and that's it.
Well,
so if you go outside it, you've been told.
I think a lot of people don't know as well that it's certainly in the Republic is that it doesn't matter if I say something about you, and then I go, well, that's not what I meant. What I meant was this. That's irrelevant. What I mean is irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's whether it's injurious to your reputation.
So in order to actually win a case like that, you need to essentially prove that you've lost money or the potential to earn money.
Or your rep is gone.
But even then, proving the rep thing is to do with it's monetary value.
So we once had
so like if you say someone's a cunt,
yeah, that's just personal opinion.
That would never be. But if you say,
I could also stand by that.
Yeah, but like if you say like someone's creep or something,
yeah,
where it might be like that might stop them. Say if you were talking about a comedian, you said that person's a creep, that might stop them getting booked for something.
Yeah,
or it damages their rep in the industry where people are going.
Very different.
They need to be able to prove that they've lost money or the potential to earn that money.
Or you can prove, but you can prove the hour creep though. If you could prove the hour creep, it's not defamatory.
If it's true, it's not defamatory.
So once we there was around the time the Prince Andrew thing broke.
Yeah.
I did a joke which was, do you remember he was going down to. He was in the Pizza Express and walking, right?
Not
so
sweating.
So it was a big thing about the Pizza Express and walking, and I remember saying. That was very unusual. He remembers that because it was very unusual. Because normally he would bring his family to, or he would go to a McDonald's because they would do a Happy Meal for his date, right? And we had chatted about this, and because his reputation was in the toilet, it wasn't injurious to his reputation. So we could air it.
Plus most
of the time on a show,
it's all inferred. And plus, if it's labelled as comedy and parody, you're probably safe.
Yeah, let's cut this bit out.
No, I like all this. I like this. Is good chat. Okay. Also, there's the.
I'll tell you a story off air about this, by the way.
Right. There's some good shit in there though about like, if you can prove that what you're saying is true, it doesn't matter, and also like.
Have I asked you my top film question, by the way?
Oh no, give me it. I'm down for it.
I must have asked you this the last time. So you've done our podcast, which is full of as strange as facts as we can find. There is an actor who's all his 5 films. I've given away 5.
I know this.
Do you know this one?
I think we're going. Go ahead.
Were nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah. So John Cazale.
That's the
John
one.
Cazale.
Yeah.
I never know how to say it.
Yeah, Cazale. Yeah.
But Fredo from
Godfather.
Oh,
so Godfather 2. Dog Day Afternoon, The Conversation, and Deer Hunter.
Fuck.
And he was too sick in Deer Hunter.
Yeah, he wasn't well.
And Robert De Niro.
So he was with Meryl Streep, wasn't he? I think they were living together.
Robert De Niro covered his insurance, paid for him to do it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they also put the filming at the start of it.
Fuck.
Because he was very sick with lung cancer.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
He was young as well, though.
Yeah, in his 40s, yeah.
Oh wow. Great actor though.
Yeah.
Fredo, look. And I knew it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart.
Have you seen The Offer? Have you seen The Offer?
No.
Oh.
Who's in The Offer?
The Offer is a 10-part documentary about
drama,
about making The Godfather.
No, I haven't
seen it. This is my gift to you.
Where's it on? Is it Apple?
Paramount, yeah. Don't pretend.
Are we trial?
Yeah.
Will it give me a wee 7 day? I don't know. I have too many subscriptions. Is there? Is it?
It's a lot of Taylor Sheridan.
It is Taylor Sheridan.
Who's Taylor Sheridan?
Oh,
right.
Yellowstone, Yellowstone 2, Continuity Yellowstone, Real Yellowstone.
I can't believe it's not.
Can't believe it's not Yellowstone. 1883, Yellowstone 1916, Yellowstone 1690, Jellystone, brackets, the Yogi years, Picnic Baskets Are Us.
The Yogi years.
I've done
it all the way.
I've done a Boo Boo. Yeah,
I fucking loved Yogi Bear.
We
I did. Yogi was class.
Do you know Yogi Bear's real name? Yogi's real name was Paddington Bear. There was already a guy in Equity called Paddington, so they had to change it.
What's your favourite cartoon of that era? So
I liked
Scooby Doo, Top Cat.
There was one called Batfink.
Oh,
His wings are like a shield of steel.
One of my sisters was in that. Yeah.
Split my head open once, getting so excited, I did a cartwheel and hit my head open off the ground.
Is that your worst? What's your worst childhood? I'm presuming you were a child.
No, I came out with a beard.
Yeah. What was your worst sort of childhood injury?
I'd say when my father left. No. Can I just say my father did not leave?
That's unbelievable.
That
is unbelievable.
They were married for many, many years, and I'm very fond of him still. But I couldn't resist that.
That's great. That is great.
My worst childhood injury, probably that.
Probably
like
that, yeah.
gashed my head open,
pretty serious,
and it bleeds like a mofo.
Yeah.
I like danger. No, D'Artagnan,
Dogtanian with the Musca hands. That crazy creepy bitch. It was the.
Oh, I love that.
What did you call her? She was the fucking. Oh, she's
Margaret
Rebecca De
Thatcher?
Mornay in the movie. The fucking lady. The
Oh, I can't remember that. I just remember D'Artagnan.
what do you call Milady? What do you call Milady? Dan, Milady. It's like De Vere or something like that. Aye.
Celebrity Bonnie Store?
Constance. No, not Constance. Constance is she's D'Artagnan's. The Winter. Oh,
The Winter.
bitch. And there was a dog, like Lady Dog Winter. I don't know, in the fucking Musca Hounds. But
You called her a bitch.
oh, that's great. So my favorite cartoon probably of that time, of my childhood.
Howard Keel did the voice of
Turtles and
yeah,
and Captain Planet were a big deal for me.
Captain Planet, Thundercats.
Oh, Thundercats was great. This is a niche one that people don't remember, but it was fucking great. Jace and the Wheeled Warriors.
No,
Where Jace was this kid, and the Wheeled Warriors with this mix of like high tech spaceshipy mechanical stuff, but also jungle shit. So like it might be like a spaceship type thing that's gonna burrow through the earth. But the thing that it burrows through the earth with is like a big fucking Jumanji style fucking scorpion tail or some shit. It was fucking mental. Anyway,
and only you remember it.
I know, yeah. Well,
Okay.
I know, yeah. And then worst child. So right. I'm going to give you 3 childhood injuries here.
Okay.
Right. 1. And I'm going to give you these in order. So increase in pain.
Okay.
Increase in shame as well. So number 3, right, on my list of top all time fucking childhood injuries. I fell off the swing like a zip line swing.
Oh, yeah.
Lady Dixon, because I didn't really realize that it was gonna you get down to the end and it really goes up.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And when it went up, I let go and landed on my back and turned like Smurf blue. So that was pretty serious. Kev broke my arm. He'll say that it was all in good fun, right? But him and Archaeology were messing around, like fighting on the sofa.
Did you owe him money?
No, I was too young to even have money. I jumped on. I was about, I was like 5 when this happened, maybe 4. I jumped on and kind of got pushed off the sofa, but I landed on my arm like that and broke my arm. So that was a shitter. And then I remember having the cast, and it was a fucking nightmare. Very itchy. And then worst injury of all time. I'm looking at you, Ryan Giggs, right? Didn't have an affair with anybody belonging to me, but
Yeah.
do you remember the Ryan Giggs Sunball? Do you remember this? This product? You can look it up, right? Ryan Giggs Sunball. It was a football, obviously, that was attached by
To the sun.
like a bungee cord, and it was attached to sunglasses
Okay.
that you wore and velcroed around the back of your head so you could look cool and train at the same time. And it was to teach you like first touch type stuff. So like you would boot the ball and the elastic's gonna bring it back to you, and then you need to like
But it's
control it.
attached to your head.
Yeah.
I can see an issue here.
So the issue is
Yeah.
that when you're a freakishly strong wee fat boy like me and you boot that ball on the volley, you flicked it up and booted it.
Yeah.
It snapped and the elastic came back and did me across here. And I mean, it gave me a fucking welt, made like a proper, like raised skin, just like a line going across
Like
there.
some sort of tribal tattoo or something.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. Like I looked mental for about 2 weeks, and then it turned into like a, like a burny cut. Like if you burnt like a carpet burn type cut. Do you ever? So it was like raised skin, and then when the welt went away, it turned into like a cut that went across me there. gross.
You would wonder if people were looking at you thinking that was a carpet burn.
Yeah. I know. How did he do that?
He's clearly face down.
Yeah. Just fucking loving it. Like,
Just really.
yeah. It was fucking crazy. So that was my worst. I think that's the childhood injury that I look back on the most with big tears in my eyes.
Oh.
You know, whereas the arm break, I can see the funny side, and the Lady Dixon thing was just stupid. But the fucking
The welt.
the sunball.
It's still.
Do you know what I'm gonna say? It stunted my football career.
Did it?
'Cause I got quite morose about football for a few
That was
weeks.
the thing that did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put me off being a pro.
That's a shame.
It is a shame. Well, here, you're going to be doing the SSE at the start of next year.
Yeah.
25th of. Oh no, not the 25th.
I think it's the
July.
15th of
15th
February.
of February, 2025.
Yes.
You're thinking, what am I going to do for Valentine's Day? You're going to go out on the Friday. You're going to get tickets. You're going to have already done it. You'll go out on the Friday for like something nice, and then your real Valentine's night is Saturday the 15th. SSE Neil's on. What show? What's the show called?
It's called. Oh, you're gonna like it. It's called Achilles Neil.
Oh, this guy.
You like that?
I do like that.
Thought you'd like that.
I like a wee pun.
Yeah.
In a comedy show title.
Well, you always have to write you always have to call the show something
Before
before
you
you've
write it.
written it. Yeah.
And then do you?
But I like the idea of kind of talking about the things that annoy you and your little weaknesses, which is
that's
what
good.
Achilles
That is
heel
good.
was. So, yeah, Achilles
His little
heel.
weakness. Yeah.
And I've done. Well, I'm just doing it. I'm doing everywhere. I'm doing all around Ireland, both north of the border and south of the border, and
Is that
Leicester
pre?
Square Theatre and all the rest. Yeah.
Is the tour pre or post?
It starts kind of in November,
Oh, right,
and then
okay.
goes to May.
So you might get some wee Christmas shows in there now.
Yeah. So come
Where can
along.
people see this? Neil Delamere.
NeilDelamere.com/gigs.
Links in the description just before
Yeah.
we finish.
Yeah,
Achilles Neil.
yeah. Come along.
It's
Shout
maybe-
out
it's
random
maybe- No, I'll just come out.
Josephus facts.
And there was I was watching a wee bit of Troy
Yeah.
the other day.
Bit of Hector and Achilles.
Bit of Hector.
Yeah.
My favourite thing, I just have to do this, I've done it on here before, but when Achilles sprints out and fucking stabs your man at the start, Black
Yeah.
Race or whatever,
Yeah.
and just walks right over to the crowd of all these fucking Thessalians and just goes, "There's a new one else! There's a new one else!" And then just goes away and bucks somebody. Like, it's Brad Pitt at his best.
You do want to hear a voice go, no, we've had a look. And, no, that's it.
That's us now.
Thank you.
I love that, like, that he's very American Brad Pitt at points in that, and then at other times he's like in like a classical
RP accent.
Yeah.
Which people
swords
think
and
that's
sandals
yeah.
accent, You know, because like even literally before that, he's like, "Imagine a king who does his own fighting. Wouldn't that be a sight?" And I'm like, "That's Brad Pitt."
Yeah.
And then the next thing he's like, "There's a new one here." I'm like, "Do that."
Larry Olivia.
Yeah, I love it.
I'll bring you Vikings with Kirk Douglas next time.
Oh, what a time!
Where he runs on the outside of the oars, because this is a thing they used to think the Vikings did. So the boys put the oars out, and he ran from oar to oar. And then I did it for a documentary for RTE.
You ran from oar to oar?
Yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah, it does. Now, they wouldn't allow me to do it out, but it was in dock. But they're all holding the oars out, leaning on them, and I jumped from one to the other.
I would have been shit myself doing that. I wouldn't have agreed to that for RTE.
Okay.
Do you know what I've done for RTE?
What?
Written the wee inserts for. Have you seen that show that is about the guy going around Europe on a train?
Oh, Mancon.
Yeah, I did the wee.
Did you?
I did the wee inserts for.
I'm a big fan of Mancon. He's brilliant.
He's good. Like it's good. It's a really nice wee show.
Yeah, he's just
Do you
interested
know-
in life.
Do you know what melts me though is that, and I know I shouldn't be encouraging this, but if you're gonna watch it up here on demand, you need a VPN. You can only watch it when it's on. You can't do on demand because it's RTE.
Free State.
Yeah, they should start thinking about it. It has its one place. Here, listen, let's leave it there, right? And we'll let's leave it there. But thanks, man, for coming in. Check out Neil's tour. Check out his show, Achilles Neil, SSE, on the 15th of February next year. But check out his tour is over at neildelamere.com. Thanks for coming in. It's been
Thanks,
great.
sir. It's been a pleasure.
And we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye. Oh, love it.